Hey guys, welcome back to Beast Quest, Series 8, Book 2, Koron, Jaws of Death. Let's start this off as we normally do, guys, with the plot, of course, and then I'll go into my overall thoughts as I normally do. So, here we go. Tom and Eleanor are upset that their enemy Sampeyo has brainwashed their friend, Wizard Adaro. After a bit of questing from the Forests of Fear to the grassy plains, where speak of the Wizard Adaro does some dark magic vibes like Velmal and Malvel, and contacts Tom via mystical taunting hologram. Yeah, I know holograms aren't magical, but you get the point. Adaro hits Tom's nerve points, talking trash about his mum, and Silver, about his mom and Silver, talking trash about his mom and Silver. Tom snaps and throws one of Balisc's talons, like appendages, at the magic vision, and it boomerangs right on the back, heading at Tom and his friends. Tom and Eleanor dodged the claw, and they figured they could use it as a weapon. Tom felt bad about his actions. He was lucky that was a vision after all, but still it was their friend. Tom made on to the grassy plains and found a blood trail which led them to a wounded horse. After Eleanor calmed the horse down, Tom healed the creature with his healing talon. They then noticed Sampeyo's mark on the horse, meaning that he was near here. Tom and Eleanor rode over a hilltop, only to discover they had failed. Tom and Eleanor met Abraham, a villager who looked after horses. After taking them to the corral, all his horses were gone, and it was revealed that Abraham was under the spell of Sampeyo. His pirates showed up, along with the Pirate King. Sampeyo arrived, and after some taunts from Sampeyo, Tom and Sampeyo got into a fight, only for Sampeyo to mind control Storm just like he did with Adaro and Abraham. But Tom was willing to fight to the death for his friends. Sampeyo gets Tom's shield in the fight and uses the dual powers to beat Tom. He then leaves Kaimal in charge, who is his first mate, while he goes and awaits the Tree of Being while riding on Storm. Meanwhile, Tom and Eleanor were brought on board the pirate ship as it took off, and they were left dangling from ropes in the air. Tom manages to get the claw out and free himself. Well, that's basically, I don't know, sometimes they call it a claw, but it's actually, I'm going to call it a talon, because it's like part of a snake beast. So Tom manages to get the talon out and free himself and Eleanor from the bonds, and they fall into a lake, and the pirates try to stop them by throwing down clumps of bone into a catapult. When Tigus has arrived to help out our heroes, they rode on Tigus until their catapult was refired, and without his shield, Tom had no ways of defending himself. Tigus dodged it, and they lost Kamal and the pirate ship. They headed back to the stables where Abraham had held his horses. They got their weapons, and Eleanor shot Kaimal in the shoulder. After seeing the Tree of Being, they were about to attack Sampeyo and stop him from chopping down the tree, when he called for Koron and dared if Tom had the courage to face his beast. Tom stayed and fought Sampeyo and Coron while riding Tagus. They fought for a bit, and then Tom remembered he had Balisc's talon, which he used to hurt Sampeyo. But when he tried to use it again, it turned into dust. Sampeyo explained that when you use a token from one of his beasts, they faded to dust. Eventually, Coron blinded Tex's eyes, knocking Tom, leaving Coron to head for Tom. No, knocking Tom off and leaving it to head for him, so that's what happened right there. Tagus was caught in Coron's path, and Sampeyo was planning to mind control Tagus, but just then Eleanor called out some words of encouragement, knowing that Tom could defeat Coron and Sampeyo. Now here's my question. Coron is facing Tom, and Eleanor just said some words from a distance. She couldn't have done anything. Her arrow was on Abraham. So why doesn't Sampeyo mind control Tagus while Coron is fighting Tom? I don't know why he doesn't, because you could say, oh well, it's Adra who does the mind control. But that's not true, because one of his first victims of the mind control technique was Wizard Adaro. So if Sampeyo can do it, why doesn't he do it now? But that's my only plot hole with this book. So Tom jumped on Coron's back after watching Sampeyo do it. Coron tried to buck him off, but it didn't work. Tom lost his sword on the ride and planned to use Coron's own tail as a weapon to end him. Timing it right, he jumped off, allowing the sting to inject to Coron's own neck. The sting was fatal and brought the once mighty Coron crashing to his knees and faded to nothing. Sampeyo was pissed and planned to face Tom, but Eleanor had her arrow ready. Sampeyo tried to get Abraham to attack her, but his spell had faded. The tree of being returned, and Tom raced for it, only to have just missed it. But they saw clearly the tree was looking much healthier, thanks for the defeat of Coron. Tom also discovered the remaining piece of Coron, one of his fangs. Tom was curious to what the power was. Tom was about to get Sampeyo, but he claimed he still had 4 more beasts that he claimed they were stronger than Balisk and Koron. Tom was still willing to fight them, however, but then the pirate ship re-emerged and lowered a rope to pick up the king. They got away and Abraham had awoken. Tom and Eleanor explained everything as Storm and Blizzard were back from Sampeyo's spell. Back free from Sampeyo's spell. Abraham was sorry for his actions and gave Blizzard to Eleanor, as she has taken a liking to Eleanor. With a new companion on their quest, they gave Abraham a farewell and rode off, racing after the pirate ship. Oh my god, that was pretty big, but you know, hopefully I got my point across. Overall, I say Coron Jaws of Death is a better book than Balisk, the first one, because that was just setup. And I know there was a plot hole of why didn't Sampeyo do something, but that's many villains' major faults, really, that they don't do things when they have the power to. Overall, though, I still like this book, and it does remind me of a sort of classic vibe of a cartoon show in a way, with the whole thing. And Sampeyo is actually a good villain, really. He is he's up there with Velmel, I'd say. I don't say he's as good as him yet, because I haven't seen all the book. Well, I have seen them, but it's been a while. And but he does this one action he didn't do with the mind control does take him back a bit. So Velmel's still my favorite villain. But overall, I'm liking this book more than I did Balisk, because that was a setup. Overall, and I'm glad, of course, they got a new companion with Blizzard, because that's nice that the horses are similar with weather names: Blizzard, Storm, Black and White, you know. Overall, I think this is a very good book, and it continues on the awesomeness of the Beast Quest Adventures. And overall, I say that this book is better than Balisk, as I've said before. With that being said, guys, next time I'll be doing Hecton. I think he's called the Body Snatcher. And that being said, like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and see you guys on the next one.